Okay, I'm starting the recording. The show is starting. Look, I'm gonna do a little intro first, so if you're in the waiting room, just be patient. We'll get to you. Okay? The name of the show is Jack In. Can we get a little logo? There's a logo. You can see the logo. Great. Good for you. Now you know what the show is called. Is it a good name? I don't know. We'll do a Q&A after. You can give me some feedback on the name of the show. Maybe I care. Look, I'm your host, Barnard Morrisonberg. And here I am. Here's the thing. Here's the conceit of the show. I am a being of pure energy. I was once like you, a human, presumably, and frankly didn't care for it. Okay, so I uploaded myself. I'm up here on the internet, living by myself, except for one other thing called what's your name?
My name's Meeps.
Meeps. Somehow, I guess he was already here, living in the internet when I got here. Don't ask me how. What's your story, Meeps?
Well, I was born Anthony, and people called me Tony. One day I said, my name's Meeps. And people stopped talking to me.
They stopped talking to you after you changed from Anthony? So you were named Anthony. Your friends called you Tony. You wanted to go with Meeps, which I believe shares not a single letter with Anthony or Tony, if I'm not correct.
You are correct.
Correct.
All right. Well, that's a fascinating story. I'm a little apprehensive. I'm a little afraid. I don't know what you're doing here in the internet, but here, look, Meeps. I have a couple of guests lined up to talk to, and you can help me if you want to talk to them. The thought is, the conceit of the show, again, is I live in the internet by myself, and this floating thing called Meeps, whatever it is, and we're going to interview some people to see if they might possibly be a good fit to upload themselves up at the internet and hang out with us for the rest of eternity, or at least until the sun burns out. Okay, so does everybody get it?
Yeah.
Does the conceit make sense? Okay, I thought so.
Sounds like
Look,
a fun ride to me.
do you understand, Meeps, what's going on? Does all this make sense to you
It makes
as a
as
being
much
that lives on the
sense.
internet?
As anything
Okay.
else.
It makes as much sense as anything. Okay, here we go. There's a little TV next to me now. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. Our first guest is going to be coming out here. He should appear on the TV if everything goes right. Let's welcome our guest, Curt Seablom. Curt, are you there?
Yeah, how you doing, Bernard? Hi, Meeps.
Meeps, that's
Hey.
Meeps playing a little drums for you.
Nice beat.
Don't ever
Nice beat.
complain that Meeps didn't play anything for you. Okay, Curt, welcome. It's nice of you to be here.
It's a pleasure to be here in the ether. This is great.
It is. It's a great pleasure for you to be here. Now tell me. I want to know a little bit about yourself. I heard that you might be in the midst or be staring down the barrel of a midlife crisis of some sort. I'm not going to tell you where I heard that.
Yeah, it's a great observation, Bernard, or Bernard if you're in England. In fact, Meeps, that sounds Welsh. Maybe it's Welsh.
Barnard. You can call me Barnard Morrison.
Perfect.
Meeps for short.
All right.
And that's
Yeah,
Meeps.
I guess you could probably tell that I'm middle-aged because the graying stubble and everything like that, and this fashionable hang ten shirt that I see.
I understand. I
Yeah.
was once a human middle-aged person of some sort.
Right. And with middle age, I think this is my opinion. It's a half-baked theory that the animal kingdom also has midlife crisis. I think this is because my dog, he died a couple years ago, but when he died when he was 6, right? Now, when he was 3, he was already chasing younger bitches. So I think there's something to this midlife crisis throughout the animal kingdom.
That was his. He went through midlife at 3.
Yeah. Well, he got hit by a car at 6, but nonetheless, I think he knew he was at midpoint at 3.
Were you driving the car?
What's that?
What's up, Meeps?
Were you driving the car?
No. Maybe. I was a passenger.
You were so you didn't have anything to do with the death, except
I just had
innocent observer.
Exactly. I had dog biscuits in my hand, but had nothing to do with the situation at hand. It was.
What did the autopsy say?
Does that mean if I die at 50, then my midlife crisis was at 25 retroactively?
Yeah, that's my half-baked theory. So
if in the unfortunate situation that a child dies at 6, then they have a midlife crisis at the age of 3. Is that what happened?
I think if you look back in some diaries of some sort, yeah, like look at the mayfly. It only lives a day, right? So I think by noon, they're already like, I'm getting a Corvette.
Midlife crisis before lunch.
Exactly.
I like it. It tracks. All right.
Time for a Corvette.
What else is going on in your life, Curt? You have some children, I hear.
I do. And have right now just have partial custody of them. That's really tough. You know, Barnard. What makes that tough is I think it's just unnatural, and like no other animals have partial custody, right? Like a kangaroo. I don't even think a male kangaroo has a pouch, but say it was that the kangaroo's turn to carry the baby. I'd imagine you would just see this big yoked out kangaroo, like you've seen the internet, the pictures of the yoked out, and you see these little mini-me hands, just grabbing on that. If there was partial custody, but if you guys ever carried a baby on your back, I mean, there's 2 ways they hold you. There's either the hair grab, or they grab you by the carotid arteries right there until they, start going down. So I imagine if you were
to bring you down.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a third option. I mean, the full, when they're 6 or 7 and you're like, come on, Jeremy, we're going to have a good day today. And they're like, shut up, Doug, you're not my dad, not like that kind. But yeah, so anyway, it's unnatural. Partial custody is unnatural. And in fact, it's also, like, historically, when has it been done? I think arguably one of the most famous divorce dads, King Henry VIII, like you wouldn't see him talking to, Princess Elizabeth, being like, look, this weekend you're princess, next weekend you're with your headless mother. You don't see that, I mean, it's just, this is something just new, and it's infuriating and frustrating,
That's true. Henry VIII really had parenting down. I think it's good that we
Dr. Spock,
use that as an example today.
Yeah, Dr. Spock heavily referenced King Henry VIII. If my understanding from the internet is right. Most of my research was on YouTube on the subject.
Dr. Spock, live long and prosper.
The same.
Unquote. By Dr. Spock.
The Vulcan pediatrist guy. Yeah.
The Vulcan American.
Yeah.
You seem, and pardon me, I don't want to insult you. You seem like a nice person, but you seem like something of a sentimental person. Is that true?
Well, that is true. Maybe the shirt does give it away. Maybe the fashion sense does give it away. But yeah,
it is a sentimental shirt. You're right.
It is. Hang ten with two little feetsies. Whoever made those footprints, they probably went through midlife crisis as a fetus. I don't know. Anyway,
it's got to be brave to wear that color combination of stripes.
Yeah. Well, it's
you
true.
look like a lifeguard from Saved by the Bell.
Oddly enough, this morning when I woke up, that was what I was going for. But speaking of Saved by the Bell and some TV shows, I get choked up on some shows, and it's embarrassing around my kids because I'm dad. I'm supposed to be tough guy. But I was just watching a movie about death last weekend with my kids, and they saw me. My eyes were welling up. I couldn't help but cry. It was
Faces of Death.
No, it was Weekend at Bernie's 2.
Okay.
It's Weekend at Bernie's 2. So much sadder than the first one.
Much sadder than Faces of Death.
You get a real good look into the netherworld. It's just so engrossing. I couldn't help but cry. And
yeah. So
I know a lot of
people. So they saw you crying?
Yes, which sucks because usually people view crying as a sign of weakness, right? I mean, you might have heard that before, Barnard.
That's right.
Or Meeps.
I say that as my morning mantra.
Yeah, crying is weak. But did you ever try opening a jar of moisturizer before going to sleep, and out of sheer frustration you just squirt a little? I mean, who doesn't? Who doesn't
squirt a little every once in a while? I remember needing to use moisturizer before I moved into the internet.
See, without the use of your corporeal body, you've really dodged a bullet there. You really have. You're thinking 2022, Barnard. That's the way ahead.
My skin is always smooth, never ashy, because it's made of bits, ones and zeros. You don't have to put cream on ones and zeros.
Yeah, they used to have binary cream in the 70s, but that went out of fashion. So
yeah,
it cost 0.01 cents.
That's right. Thanks, Meeps, for that fact check from the 70s. All right, Curt, look, you seem like a pleasant fellow, a sentimental man going through a midlife crisis. We're not gonna bring you into the to live in the internet yet. It's kind of like being a vampire. You have to put in your time, and maybe we'll convert you into an internet being later on in your life. But I appreciate you being here.
It's
do you have
okay.
anything else to leave us with?
No, just fight the good fight. Fight the good fight.
Those were my father's last words.
Meep, your father's last words were fight the good fight.
He was in the Salvation Army.
Yeah, mine was do not go gentle into that. That was it.
Oh, and then nothing.
I couldn't put the pieces together.
That was your dad on his deathbed, almost being deep.
He choked on a lightsaber. Right. How ironic.
Ladies and gentlemen, Curt Seablom. Curt, where can people find you if they wanted to follow you online or whatever? Give us your handle or your...
Sure.
Whatever.
It's Curt Seablom on Facebook and on Instagram and Twitter, and Curt Seablom Comedy is my comedy page.
Don't forget your MySpace.
What's your MySpace?
I can't remember.
Do you remember? Okay, well, stick around and listen along if you like. We're gonna have another guest in here in a second. Meeps, how you doing? It's just me and you right now.
I'm feeling pretty good, I had a pretty good day. Had a good stretch. Took a nap. And one time I was going to make eggs and there were no eggs. So I called the police.
They called the police on your eggs. What did they offer any advice on what to do when you ran out of eggs?
Well, I just said robbery in progress. And they came and they raided my neighbor's house and they arrested him. And then I took his eggs.
Then he had some eggs. So it all worked out.
Everything worked out.
That's a very heartwarming story, especially in the climate we're in right now. Let's see. We got another guest coming, Meeps. Are you ready for this?
Ooh, let me warm up the kit.
You ready to play your drum kit? Let's see. I'm gonna bring up the little TV again. We'll see how that goes. And then everyone who's watching, please welcome our next guest, Kristen McCarthy. Kristen, how are you? Welcome to the show.
Hi, Barnard. Hi, Meeps.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome.
Thank you. Meeps, I was really close to my requested intro of Boys of Summer. Thank you.
Yeah, that was
Don Henley's finest song.
note for note.
Greetings
Kristen,
from Missouri, everybody.
I heard you were in Missouri. How is it over there?
It's a little steamy, and everyone keeps making fun of my accent, which is a little annoying.
Which is...
I don't think I have a wicked bad
doesn't-
accent, but apparently they do. So, what else?
Doesn't sound like much of an accent to me, but
Right?
what do I know?
Well, I called the
that
cat a
Missouri
stinka,
people-
and that was the beginning of the end.
Hey, answer this question. Do they call it Missouri, Missouri, or Misery where you are?
Misery. Well, I call it misery. I don't know. I'm not listening really, because their accents are annoying. They all talk like this and real slow, and so I just lose my attention span goes.
Yeah, well, if you got nowhere to be and nothing to do, you can
That's
afford
true.
to draw out your vowels.
Good point. Good point.
You're in Missouri?
Barnard. Yeah,
Oh,
Have you
here comes
visited the
Meeps.
Ford dealership?
I did. Yeah.
Missouri Ford?
I went to Dairy Queen.
You're
Do
doing
they have
well
a
for yourself.
Dairy Queen Brazier?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Those are the good ones.
Yep. I went to the gas station.
All right. Have you tried dating in Missouri?
Well, I don't really date anywhere. I just think it's too much. It's too hard. People say relationships are work. Have you ever heard that? And I don't date a lot,
I have.
but I think what they mean is like, when your boyfriend tells you the same joke for the 23rd time and you just want to punch him in the throat. It's work not to punch him. So I think that's what
Right.
they're talking about. I don't know. It's too
Not being
much. though.
abject, not using abject violence on someone you're close to is like a full-time job.
It is. It's work, and then add the jobs to it. You know what I mean? Oh my God. And I have a
Oh,
job.
yeah.
Like I go to work. I work all day. I don't want to come home and do more work. So
Yeah. You got your day job. You got the job of not punching your boyfriend.
right, you got
And
the
then
hand job, you got the blow job,
You got
everything.
hand jobs.
It's all
blow
work.
jobs.
It's so much
Don't
work.
forget rim
I
jobs.
assume. What's that?
Can I get a rim
What's that,
job
Meeps?
on that
rim
one?
jobs.
Oh, a rim shot, please. Thank you.
Good demonstration of a rim job. Thank you.
Oh, that was good stuff. So yeah,
Yeah,
so no,
yeah.
I'm not really into relationships. What relatives. But I feel like I did have a relationship back in high school with this guy, Brian, and he died April 1st.
You mean this April 1st or the one when you were dating him?
Oh, no, this April 1st. So we dated well, all right. So we dated and I was in high school and he was in college. So that was a little risque anyway, but that's beside the point. We broke up.
Possibly illegal.
Oh, completely.
On his part.
21 versus 15. I mean, even in Massachusetts, that's statutory rape. So that's exciting. But he, then you have to read on Facebook all about him and how great he was. And everyone's writing, oh, he was such a happy guy. He was so nice to me. He was such a good mentor. And I was thinking, I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me? I am the one person that apparently this guy hated. He hated me. And so, I don't know.
He hated you because he hadn't learned not to punch him for telling the same joke 23 times.
Right? I guess so. And, maybe I wasn't as mature as a 21-year-old. Excuse me. Whatever.
Or maybe he hated you for reminding him that he was actually a rapist the rest of his life.
This is true. A rapist in a midlife crisis, apparently, because...
And he died on April Fool's Day.
He's gone. Oh, my God. You know what? He did. You're right. I didn't even think of that.
That's like a trifecta or something.
I know.
Are you sure he didn't fake his death?
Oh, Meeps.
It could be an elaborate joke.
It could be. It could be a rom-com that I'm living in and I don't even know it. He's coming back to get me.
That sounds hilarious.
I know, right?
This summer, back from the grave.
To rape again. Here's Brian.
I know what you did the summer.
Oh, God.
McCarthy.
So maybe that's why I'm burnt out on relationships. I don't know.
Yeah, from the age of 15, you've been burnt out?
Pretty much. There's a lot of work
early
back
time
then.
to give up.
Yeah, I can't imagine what it's like now.
That's why I'm
I think. What?
It's still not good. You might be surprised to learn.
Oh, really? Oh, good. So just stay out of it?
Dating still sucks.
Good to know.
Even though I don't even have a corporeal body anymore. I live by myself in the internet with a squid creature that floats around, and dating still sucks.
That's the second time that you've used corporeal today.
Yeah, well, it won't be the last, I tell you.
In this show.
It came up in my word of the day calendar, and I said I was going to get it in as much as possible today.
Well, you're doing a great job.
It ain't over yet.
Okay. I bet a lot of people don't even know what it means. Maybe you should explain it.
I think it has something to do with car parts.
So you have a calendar of the day with a word on it, but you just look at the word, you don't actually read the definition? Is that what's happening?
I just read the word. I made up what I thought it meant, and I've been saying it since then.
Okay. Good stuff.
What? Kristen, I'm not going to tell you where I heard this word, but please tell me, what the hell is it's ball formations? What is a ball formation?
Oh, ball formation, copyright 2020.
That's your copyright?
Yeah, that's me.
What does it mean?
So I just think with relationships, there's so much work that if you're going to be in one, the least you could do is get a tattoo on your ball sack for your lady or your man. It doesn't matter these days. And it'll just say, encouraging things like, honey, you look great today. And honey, you're doing a good job. And so when she's up close to your nutsack, which is, gorgeous and fun to be, that she gets it's like bringing her flowers while she's, blowing you.
So she has a little light reading so she doesn't get bored.
Yeah. It's like a greeting card.
All right.
But and
Makes
then too, the longer you're together, the more you can get written on as your balls lengthen. So then she has more to read. Because
yeah, you're gonna make it an entire poem dedicated
you could write a novel on there, probably.
to blowjobs.
Yeah. Ode to blow.
Have you ever thought of tattooing something on your labia?
Majora or Minora?
I don't know. Which one do
You're
you think would
Jewish?
hurt more?
The Majora is the big one, the outer entrance to the cave.
Yeah.
Minora
more to read
is
there.
Minora is there's 8 little ones.
So the menorah should be something more personal,
Yeah.
smaller, more concise, to the point.
Yes.
Mazel tov.
And I never had a baby, so it's still the same size. So that's nice.
Thanks, Meeps.
But if you had a baby, I guess you could get more written on them.
That's right.
Like War and
Start
Peace.
a novel.
War and Peace. That's a lot of babies.
That's
Or maybe just a statutory rape warning.
warning.
Like if you are
Don't-
over 21, don't touch.
Well, if you got the tattoo and it says, "If I'm under 17,
Yeah.
you're a rapist," but then you
Yeah.
have the tattoo the rest of your life, so it
Right.
becomes moot at that point.
Well, that's why you use the word if. If I'm under 15. Or, well, 18, I guess.
12 in Idaho.
Is that right, Meeps?
Thanks, Meeps. Only you would know that for some
Meeps
reason.
has all the ages of consent memorized.
He's got him
Missouri's
tattooed
6.
on his labia.
Those tentacles, I'm sure, have seen a lot of action.
Oh my goodness.
Kristen McCarthy, thank you for being here. Look, we're not gonna upload you into the internet at this point, but I think hang on, and maybe someday you'll get there. And,
Oh wow. That's what the rapist told me. That's weird. So this was just an audition. Oh, rim shot. Rim job.
there's a rim shot. McCarthy, where can people find you if they wanted to follow you or
They
date
can
you?
follow my Instagram account that has about 5 pictures on it at Guilty Tulip.
Okay. What's your favorite of your 5 Instagram pictures?
My labia minora.
Oh,
Thank you.
you just got an extra follower, I promise.
But my next
Okay.
one is I'll be posting Brian's obituary, so look out for that.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Your obituary up for him or the
Yeah.
official one?
No, mine.
Okay.
Mine's better. More dirt.
I'm gonna let-
Mine's not
Look
about
for it.
apple picking with the family. Mine's about vagina picking.
about what happened that summer.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Thanks for being here, Kristen.
For having me, Barnard and Meeps.
We're gonna close up the show. Meeps, you wanna
Love you,
play us
Meeps.
out? Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the name of the show is Jack In. Can we get the logo? Come on, there we go. There's the logo. Meeps, you're covering the logo. Don't worry about it. We'll fix it later.
Oh, Boys of Summer again. Awesome. Thank you.
Again. Meeps, did you learn anything today useful?
I learned that you can never trust a woman.
Wow. I don't even think that came up. I think you were watching a whole different show in your head. All right. Well, Our guests today have been Curt Seablom and Kristen McCarthy. This has been Jack In. I've been your host, Barnard Morrisonberg, and I live in the internet. Thanks for watching. That's our show. It's over, okay? So stop. Just go. You don't have to watch anymore.